Hi there, Shannon. How are you? I'm sorry, I'm just gonna make sure that you're not muted. I think it should be good. I only have you who registered for the walkthrough. There might be more people coming in. I did notice that you're still fairly new user in Snap. So do you wanna let me know like if there's any specific questions that you would want me to answer for you, or I can simply go ahead and start the presentation that I planned for today. You could either type in your question or you could unmute yourself and let me know. Shannon, let me know if you can see my screen and you're able to hear me. Oops, I think it was my end where I did not unmute you, so I'm sorry about that. Um, hey Shannon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, hi there. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know that for people who have registered, it was only you, so I can like more do a one-on-one, and this could give me an opportunity to connect with you directly.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah,
I have
so I
myself
know.
muted, that's why. And then I was on another phone call. That's why I couldn't answer
uh,
right away. But I thought it was a group
That's
session.
completely
So,
okay. Yeah, it is usually people sometimes drop in later on during the session as well. So I
sure.
won't sort of like keep it more generic. What I structured myself to discuss today was more so go over a very simple plan in Snap, look into all the pages, into inputs, and then talking about the planning pages briefly, and then the reports if we get a chance. That because right now I'm directly connecting with you and speaking with you. Do you have any other questions in general? While you have worked in Snap and created any plans, anything that came up and you were like,
So,
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I've only actually done one so far because I normally use NaviPlan and
Okay.
we're looking to switch. Are you familiar with that?
So I'm not exactly too familiar with
Okay.
using Navi, but of course, from like hearing
You're
from other
sure.
my peers or other users, I do know like more so on what functionalities they offer in general.
Okay,
So yeah.
perfect. So, we are looking to switch. So I've been fooling around with it. And so I did like a basic, assets included plan, but I would kind of like to see one, maybe with a corporation or one where you can add, like we run multiple models. So
Yeah.
where you set up like, your fixed income at whatever percent, things like that. Like we would run different models. So I don't know if that's a possibility to set up different types of um, asset allocations, or like is that going to be a manual thing each time?
So it will be fairly manual, but if you could like give me more details on what exactly do you mean by different asset allocations, like to have different investment accounts to be set up separately in terms if like what percentages are they running in a fixed income, equity, or like have
Exactly.
them separated out?
Right. Like we could have one client that is 100%, has an account 100% in all equities, which is, 6.3% fully equity loaded. But then he could also have a TFSA, which is fixed income and no equity.
Right. So um,
Or we could have like, so much, like we have many different models, is what I mean.
yeah. So what exactly we can do in Snap, you're right. It has, I don't know if Navi Plan has like any way to automate it, but
Mhm.
we sort of have to like split the account types and then put them in separate asset mix, like if it's cash, if it's all fixed income,
Right.
all or equity. And then based
Mhm.
on that, we can jump onto the portfolio and decide what sort of equity return allocation do you want for that specific account? If it's like a non-registered, and I know primarily portfolio would work under non-registered, but then if you want to set it up based on what your client is currently getting
Mm-hmm.
in their original investment. So that's one way to set it up. Regarding corporation has a lot of functionality that you could look into. What I could do is I could send you some resources around corporation, because I don't think I might have the time to get into the
Sure.
details of creating one. But if you go
Mm-hmm.
under help and help center within Snap, you could go under our corporation module right here, corporation and businesses, and you
Mm-hmm.
will find, I think this is the best one to get started. Have you started to create a plan using corporation or
Not
not
yet.
yet?
No.
Okay, so
Not
then I
with
would say
corporate.
that let's start with this, and it will get you into it. It will tell you how to add in a corporation, a couple of articles to get started with, and then you can follow through some of these other articles. So just to get a little bit of idea, Shannon, like um, what specific functionalities do you use in corporation? Like what kind of clientele do you have that uses corporation? Are they more like proprietors, medical companies, or doctors, I mean to say,
More
or more
proprietary
like,
than anything. Yeah.
okay,
Holdco. Yeah.
holdcos and
Mhm.
proprietors generally? And then on the basis of their like analysis or projections, what do you exactly work with? Like setting up dividends and salaries and showing those being flown into the
Exactly.
personal side?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know that Navi is pretty detailed into doing a lot of these corporation functionalities and everything. So what got you exactly looking into Snap or other products out there?
Honestly, I don't like the Navi plan, like the reports. It's
Yeah,
kind of like you have to look at an inflow as, or an outflow as an inflow and vice versa, and it's hard for the client to wrap their head around.
yeah. Okay,
And I do like this page that you're showing here now, how you can go in and like
edit
see it
stuff.
paid
Yeah.
as, yeah. So if like, let's just say I'm going to be working on one, I don't know, later today, where the
Mhm.
client has some shares of, let's just say ExxonMobil. Um, and I want to show those shares basically maturing each year for like the next 5 years. Like, how
Mhm.
would I input that, or how would I because in NaviPlan, it's kind of like you're manipulating the system to do a certain way. But I've noticed in Snap, there's usually a procedure or a way to do it.
It is a tad bit like that. Like you still have to play around with the numbers when you add in a corporation and show shares being
Mhm.
maturing. But I think I do have a few ways to do it. Give me 1 second. I'll stop sharing and maybe I could send them in an email to you, because
Oh,
that would be so much
sorry.
easier.
Not, no. So when I say adding in ExxonMobil, I mean like the actual shares, like of an account, not a corporation.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Give me
Okay.
1 second, because we do
Yeah,
have
sure.
a few ways to do that within Snap. Give me 1 second. And Shannon, if I could use the email ID from which you usually use Snap, will that be the best one to reach out to
Yeah,
you
for
for
sure.
future
Yeah.
communication?
Yes, please.
Okay, give me 1 second. So I have you sparsons at shortfinancial.ca, right?
It should be S. Dot Parsons.
Yeah, sorry, s.parsons at shortfinancial.ca. I found
Yeah.
you. So give me 1 second. I'll jump into my email. Are you more looking into like those PSUs and that sort of shares that we can add in? Like for this one that you're mentioning?
Yeah, so I've never actually done one even like this with NaviPlan, but basically the client has stock, and every year, I'm going to say so many shares are maturing, and he wants to reinvest that into his basically his non-registered account that he holds with us
So
to
it will
model.
be by the value, because if there's like X amount of shares that are being sold, then it will be by the value that we have to approximate how much is being taken out of that specific
Mm,
account when the sale happens. And then based on that, you can then use that withdrawal to be then contributed into a different investment account or a different asset mix. So there's a way to do that. Just sort of thinking what would be the modeling the sale and no.
I guess for like all these little one-offs, I'd probably want to just reach out and see how you guys would do it. Like,
What?
and then,
Yeah,
like
because
another one would be like sell of a house. Like if you're selling a house and you want to reinvest the proceeds, things like that. Is that like an easy to do type thing?
yeah, buy and sales are easy because they are direct options. It's just that with our share sales and those
Hmm.
investments or any manipulation that we are doing under financial assets, we basically have to play around with those
Sure.
with the values of the investment and the return mix and all of that, so that the tax is calculated correctly,
Hmm.
which is a bit of a work to get through, and then it might be a tad bit manual, but I'm not sure how much more manual it is than what Navi is doing. But I'm pretty sure we have figured out a lot of workarounds to do some of these things easily in Snap. So so I can definitely so you're thinking to create like a corporation plan with this client of yours maybe today, and then the share sale is also in that same client plan.
No, this one isn't a corporation. This is just a share sale in a normal non-registered account.
Not registered account. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Okay.
even bother with the corporation piece today. I'll work on that another day.
Okay, but I can definitely send
That'd
you
be
some
great if you could,
resources that
yeah.
to look into
Because I've
with
been
the
using your like the stuff that I've gotten so far, and that's how I've gotten as far as I have.
yeah. Yeah, I know you did reach out to our support team earlier with a few questions, and I thought this would be a good chance for me to like answer some of the other questions, but it seems like if they are more detailed, then I want to get into how we have helped other clients or look into some other
Hmm.
um, solutions to make sure I share the right option with you. Okay, so let me just send this one. And other than that, like the share sale options, is there anything else that you would want us to?
Not right now, because I know how to like go in and do like the making multiple different scenarios, which is great.
Okay. All right. So then what I'll do is I'll send this one probably shortly because I'm looking at different options. And I want to make sure that I send the one that's the most easiest to represent in Snap and probably comes with a few screenshots to show a good follow through, because
Hmm.
some of these others were sent out probably just as like text, and I know because you're fairly new to using Snap, I want to make sure I add in some screenshots for you so you could follow that step by step. So I'll
Hmm.
do that and send that to you. And regarding the corporation, like any, so just to let you know, like a few things, I don't know if that's direct comparison of Navi versus Snap, but I know that Navi could do a lot of dividend pullouts automatically and just like trying to share some assumptions by itself. So in Snap, we have to do the dividend payouts manually in Snap, and then it reflects on the personal side, but we
Okay.
are working through making that option as an automated option for us, and you might see that as another functionality upgrade in our future version this year in Snap itself. I think other than that, I think Snap will be a pretty good overall replacement if you're looking at that. And I think you would like the reports. Did you get a chance to look at our reports, like what
Yeah,
Snap is able to
I
present?
basically ran like every page. Like
Yeah.
there's like 23 pages, because then you can
Mhm.
pick and choose what you like, right?
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah,
can pick
no,
and
I
choose
do
what
like
you
it.
want.
It's a
Okay.
lot easier to read.
Okay, what otherwise I'm thinking is I have another colleague of mine, Steve. He's like more details into corporation. I'm more so much like on the onboarding and like looking at other things. I'm able to answer a lot of corporation related questions, but if they're more specific, then I would definitely have Steve connect with you. So if you want, I can try and book a session with you and Steve together, maybe sometime this week once you have that corporation input. Will that be
Sure,
more
yeah.
helpful?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll check with Steve his calendar, or maybe if he has a Calendly invite that I can directly send to you, I'll do
Yeah,
that,
no, sure, that'd
and
be great.
and you can book in a time with him for, I know it's Wednesday already, so maybe tomorrow or the day after, or
Hmm.
sometime next week whenever you have worked like on the plan. It will be best like if you have something created, so we can
Hmm.
go around making the edits accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. All right. Any other questions, Shannon? I know our meeting is still until like another 10 minutes, but don't like you're free to leave. I'll probably stay around to see if anybody else joins in. But if there's any other questions that I could help you with,
No, I don't think so, other than if you can just send me the information on like how I would disperse, the the shares, like
yeah,
reinvestment, like sell the share and then reinvest it into.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do that. I just want to make sure that I
sure.
put in the screenshots that makes you follow through the steps, because I was
Yep.
looking at some of these previously ones that we have sent to our clients, but they were more generic and more like text. So I want to make sure
Yep.
I add in some screenshots so you can follow through
Sure.
accurately. So
Yeah,
I'll
no,
do that and
perfect. If
then
you can send
send
me
it to
that,
you.
that's basically all I need, and then I'll let you know if I have any questions from it.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thanks, Shannon.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.